Just give the audience a background into the whole DEI situation broadly and specifically at the university, because we saw the clip where he's talking about getting around it, fighting DeSantis. But what is some background here on this whole situation, which led you to do this extraordinarily heroic thing, in my view? But what about it enraged you so much, or enlightened you so much?
Well, it's sort of a nuanced answer, I suppose, I would give to that, which is that I hadn't been at the university for much of that year. I'd been on family leave. I had a new baby that had just been born. So I hadn't been around a lot. Thankfully, I wasn't there during the election season. I was, in and out of delivery rooms and hospitals and things like that. So I wasn't really aware of what was or was not going on politically. We're not a very political school. We're not Berkeley. We're not University of Michigan. We're not a Northeastern liberal arts college. So it was strange to see these kind of overhanded pressures to undermine the laws and the policies for DEI when I returned back from leave. And this might have been the first of the monthly meetings that I attended in that respect. And I attended, and people were outraged. They were mad at President Nicklo, like I said. They thought he was being a coward because he wouldn't publicly back the message he was telling people privately, which was to continue doing DEI, and they were mad at him for it. And I was surprised because I'm seeing people outraged, yelling. They were crying in meetings at times about this.
The professors?
Professors, yes.
The professors who were anti-DEI, or?
Oh no, there are no professors that were. They were mad at the implications of the Trump administration's DEI policies, and then they were mad that the university president wouldn't write a policy to oppose the Trump administration, because other presidents are. There's litigation, and that's what I'm saying. Like there's a normal pathway that has existed since time immemorial of challenging policies you don't agree with. So no big deal on that.
Well, I find it interesting that the president was not willing to say this stuff kind of publicly, and he wasn't willing to put it in writing.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Of course. That's so unfortunate we have to say of course, but so you observed that.
He explained that because he said he didn't want to lose the funding, but he wanted to continue to do the DEI activities, which, to answer your question, we're not a big political university. We're a technical school, or we were. I guess I'm not there anymore. So aerospace engineering. I was also in the biomedical engineering group. So this psychology group is kind of like the stepchild on campus. They like to wear a STEM costume at times and pretend that they do STEM science, but for the most part, it's not. It's really one of the only groups that is involved in this, what you'd think of as this DEI kind of discriminatory material of teaching critical race theory, those kind of things. And so it was a little bit of a surprise because I wasn't used to having an overtly political environment always. I had been away for some time, and they were crying at the prospect of having to hide it. Mm-hmm. And that was surprising. And, but it is a pervasive discriminatory thing that happens on campus, because sometimes people worry or wonder about, well, what is it about the DEI that could be problematic, or, what have you. And what I've seen personally, witnessed through my time in academia, working at these institutions that are governed by things like Title IX, where they use DEI as a weapon and they weaponize it.
How do they do that?
Basically by the permissions granted them through the regulatory framework of Title IX. And they will become the thought police and the word police. I've been told on one hand at times when I addressed a classroom as you guys, I told that wasn't inclusive, and you can't call a room of mixed.
At Florida Tech?
Oh yeah.
You guys?
Yeah. And so so on another time, I addressed a class as 18 out of 20 of the students were women, and I said that I addressed them as ladies. And they said that was sexual harassment in Title IX regulatory framework. for
do they
addressing a
want you
group
to-
of women
what do
as
they
ladies.
want
So
you
I'm
to
like,
call
I
them?
can't call them guys, can't call them ladies. What they,
They, them,
you
you, all of you,
it's ridiculous.
y'all.
It's ridiculous because the truth of the matter is, and this is the answer to your question, James, about what is some of the core level problems of DEI, is that it's not about diversity, it's not about equity, it's not about inclusion, it's not about any of those things. It's about a cudgel to control your thoughts and your words, because anything can be a problem that you say.